Hi guys, welcome to Calling the Shots. Dylan's not here today, so today it's just me. Now, today we'll be talking about my top 5 picks for conferences heading into the NCAA tournament. And all this stuff is based on the 2016 through 17 season. Now, at number 5, we have the Big 12. Now, the Big 12, they've had high expectations this year, but of course, there's a couple of teams that were supposed to do good, but ended up failing, like Texas and Oklahoma. Compared to last year, they actually had really good seasons, but this year they've flunked. While at the top, Kansas and Baylor. Now, those two teams have been doing real good. Kansas currently number 1, and Baylor, they were number 1, and they've been at the top 5 most of the year, which is great. Now, at number 4, we have the SEC. Now, the SEC, they have Kentucky and Florida, Arkansas, and South Carolina. Now, all those teams are right now in the NCAA tournament. And right now, they're looking strong. Kentucky has a real young team, but they're still looking good. Now, not many teams can do a lot with a young team because they got a lot of sophomores and juniors. Now, honestly, it takes a lot for those young guys to compete with other teams who have a lot of experienced players. Now, at number 3, we have the Big 10. Now, the Big 10, they have Purdue, Maryland, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Now, those teams, they've been kind of quiet all season. Really no one paid attention to them. But honestly, I think they have a great conference and have a great chance at making a good tournament run. Because right now, they're all at number 5, 4 seeds and everything, which is great. And I think that, honestly, looking at the teams that they have to face, they have a good shot at making a good tournament run, like maybe to the Sweet 16 or Elite 8. Now, at number 2, we have the Big East. Now, the Big East, they have Villanova and Butler. Villanova's been doing pretty good. They've been at the top all year. And Butler, they've been sneaking up there. Now, honestly, guys, we gotta watch out for Butler because Butler, they've been known to go pretty far in the tournament, and they've also been doing pretty good. Villanova, they actually won the championship from last year. Now, honestly, I think Villanova has a good chance of making a good run again. At number 1, we have the ACC. Now, the ACC, they have North Carolina, Florida State, Louisville, and Duke, and also they have Notre Dame. Now, those teams are all in the tournament right now. Now, Duke and Carolina. Now, those two, they recently had a matchup, and North Carolina won at home. But earlier in the year, Duke, they had that same matchup, and Duke won. So they split the season 1-1. So honestly, I think that going into championship week right now, they honestly have literally anybody can win that. And right now, North Carolina is sitting at the number 1 seed, and Duke is sitting at a number 4. But honestly, I feel like Duke can get higher in the rankings, and North Carolina, I feel like they're going to stick at number 1. Now, right now, honestly, the teams that they got to face are like Gonzaga and Kansas. Now, Gonzaga, they were number 1 for most of the season, and then they lost 1 game and have been okay from there. They haven't been like flunking or anything like that. They've just been like number 4 for the rest of the season. Now, honestly, Kansas, now they just moved up to number 1. Last year, they did the same thing where they late in the season, number 1 fell. Kansas just took the number 1 and ended up being number 1 overall to finish the season. So, honestly, I feel like the ACC, they have a pretty legitimate shot of making it. So, honestly, with North Carolina and Duke and teams like that, I feel like they have a good shot of giving a lot of teams a run for their money. Well, guys, that concludes our episode for today. Now, that was my top 5 conferences from the 2016 through 17 NCAA basketball season. Now, I will see you guys later.